Hey friends, what is good? Derek here from B.O.M Socks with more B.O.M Bites, where we feast upon the words of Christ one bite at a time. So yesterday we talked about Moroni being the lone witness for at least 36 years, standing strong in his testimony to the Lamanites, the individuals who wanted to slay him. And it would have been so easy for him to be able to just give up. But he didn't. Instead, as it says back in chapter 1, verse 4, I write a few more things. And he wants to write them for the benefit of the Lamanites. Again, these guys who wanted to kill him. He's like, I hope that this will bless their lives someday. That's awesome. So these few more things are what make up Moroni 2 through 6, which is the remainder of what we're studying this week. And today I want to focus on chapters 2 through 3, which is a massive 7 verses. But I think these verses are packed with power. And what does Moroni focus on? He focuses on priesthood and priesthood ordinances, which I think is so important for us today. Now, chapter 2, it says, Moroni records how Jesus gave the Nephite disciples the power to confer the gift of the Holy Ghost by the laying on of hands. And then you get into chapter 3, he explains how elders ordained priests and teachers by that same ordinance. It's almost like Moroni is just putting together a priesthood manual for future generations. And specifically for us, why would he do that? Because I know Moroni saw our times. He says, look, I've seen your day. I see that you need priesthood. You need priesthood ordinances. He knew about widespread confusion about priesthood and about religion in general. And he saw where a lot of power came from. In fact, you go to chapter 2, verse number 2, he says, he called them by name. And this is the words of Christ, as it says in the previous verse, speaking unto his disciples, the 12 whom he had chosen, as he laid hands upon them, calling them by name. Ye shall call on the Father in my name, in mighty prayer. After ye have done this, ye shall have power, that to him upon whom ye shall lay your hands, ye shall give the gift of the Holy Ghost, and in my name ye shall give it, for thus do mine apostles. Now you think about this, of all the things that Moroni could have shared, why would he focus on the conferring of the gift of the Holy Ghost? And I think it's because he understood something very crucial. The Holy Ghost is what is going to help us endure through the hardest times. You know what President Nelson taught us, and we've heard it quoted so many times in General Conference. In coming days, it will not be possible to survive spiritually without the guiding, directing, comforting, and constant influence of the Holy Ghost. And I think Moroni knew this. You imagine how lonely and discouraging those moments could have been for Moroni for 36 years. The Holy Ghost must have been his constant source of comfort, guidance, and strength, and it is the same for us today. Just like Moroni said, just like President Nelson said. So, little quick challenge for you. Just take a minute today and just read through Moroni 2 through 3 and reflect on why these ordinances are so important and how the Holy Ghost has strengthened you during difficult times. Moroni really wanted future generations, including us, to understand how vital these things are for you and I, and to feel that peace and that power that comes through the gift of the Holy Ghost, that guiding presence that President Nelson talked about. I love how Moroni's writings, even though they are brief and simple, carry a lot of depth and meaning to us. In fact, we're going to get into the next 2 chapters, which have been life-altering for every single one of us, and we'll get into those tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and thanks for sharing these messages. As always, so grateful that you do that. If you like what you see, click the like button. It helps get that message out there. And of course, if you haven't already, you got to go check out our amazingly comfortable gospel-themed socks at BOMSocks.com. Godspeed, my friends, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.